So he's 22-0. Mekhi Lewis is 24-1. He said the last 2 years had really been a struggle for him, not only mentally, but physically. We saw him last year with a torn pectoral muscle. He's back this year. He's healthy. He's in a better place, and he can be a national champion again.
Starocci is much more active. His attack rate in this semifinals was impressive. As Mekhi Lewis counters off of his fake into a single. Look at that, Coach. That's what I was talking about earlier. You step up with the inside leg on the shin wizard.
Right, you automatically shelf it when you do that.
Yep, you automatically shelf it, and you come up, you try to step inside and smack and trip him going backwards.
But look at the grip there by Lewis. So he locked with the hand over the top, the inside hand over the top. It's a little bit easier to pull that off, and that's exactly what Starocci did.
Right here, you see Starocci giving him hard shin wizard again.
You know what? The thing about that is that you can't just wave around, just take half shots in front of Mekhi Lewis, because he will explode. You get on the tracks with him, going for a ride.
Starocci's got very heavy hands. You said yesterday, Coach, during the semis that you watched Coach Sanderson spend all of his time with Starocci in the warm-ups, and you can see the impact that he has on him. Because Kale was one of those guys that will hang on your head, try to get you stepping to get to his offense, and that is what Starocci does. And if you look at Starocci physically, he looks much more physically developed this year,
yes,
opposed to last year.
No question. And he's using that with just a lot of forward pressure. He likes to go ahead and attack the left leg of Lewis, and he just kind of wears guys down.
And I think in the ACC tournament, Lewis took a loss, and he got fatigued. And in the semis, he looked a bit fatigued. And I think Starocci understands that. And that's why all that pressure is going in his direction, hoping that as the time passes, Mekhi starts to fatigue a little bit, get a little bit tired, and then more offensive chances will present themselves.
Yeah, really heavy collar tie there by Starocci, coming inside with that left-hand collar. Look how much he's pulling Mekhi Lewis at least about 12 inches down here with every collar tie snap.
I got to be honest, Coach, I love the black Virginia Tech singlets. They look nice. You got the traditional Penn State singlet, worn by all the greats, Kerry McCoy and all those guys back in the day, national champions.
Tech works in some Hokie stone on the back of that singlet for Mekhi Lewis as well. His only loss this year against Hayden Hiley of NC State, who was dispatched with surprising ease by Starocci yesterday in the semis, 10-3.
That pace.
That was the only, I think, the only loss that Mekhi had was to Hiley.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
And he said yesterday in his press conference, he came off, Quint wanted to talk to him, he was too emotional to do it. Mekhi Lewis said, people don't really know this. I almost quit halfway through this season. I was battling a lot. I was undefeated, but I was going through stuff mentally. I never thought I'd be in the position that I am right now. And that's the opportunity to win 2 national championships. Starocci had to wait his turn. Sat behind Mark Hall as a true freshman, now in his 3rd year in college.
And for Starocci, the Big Tens didn't go as planned, right? So you can see a more motivated Carter in his approach this weekend. He's been much more active. He has not left anything to chance in his matches.
Techniques just like you saw there at the end of the 3rd period. Last year, Carter Starocci was just using those to win the big match against Kemmer. Right now, he's firing early in matches here, really trying to keep the pace up.
Yep, and often. He's constantly working. I mean, this may be the first match that he's been 0-0 going to period number 2.
Almost double collar tie right there. Nice little shuck, he got it.
He keeps the toe in at the edge. They don't give him 2.
That is 2.
They say they were out, but that's wrong. That's the wrong call. He was in.
That was a takedown prior and a takedown at the end, Coach.
Yeah.
Kurt Frost, the official, was not over far enough to see that Lewis had his foot inside the cylinder. That should be 2, Rock.
Let's bring Rock in.
That position right there, on a high level right there, that was a takedown. That was established. It was beyond reaction time. Snap down, follow. Right there.
Right
that
there.
is control
See that
established right there. And it only takes 1 toe or any part in. So there's a snap down, and then he follows. Look, he grabs it. That's control right there. There's no doubt that should be a takedown.
And I think Mike brings up an interesting point that the officials, you see the angle that he has right there is probably maybe one of the worst, but it was a beautiful little shot.
He's not even in the frame.
Yeah.
No, he's not in the frame. That's a mistake by the official. You got to be chasing that action. You're wearing tennis shoes for a reason. You got to be able to move effectively. You know, you can't be standing.
So what's happening right now, there's like a little bat cave where the independent reviewers have these screens. And there's 4 of them that are looking at it right now. And they're looking at it to say the call is it is a takedown.
We got 2.
Absolutely.
And Rock is 2-0.
Rock is 2-0. Rock the God. My boy right there.
That was easy.
That was easy with Rock.
That was the easy one.
Everything's good till we went out of bounds.
Boy, are we glad to have Rock here for a number of reasons. Not able to be with us for the championships last year. Great on the ACCs all year with Sean Kenny. And perfect on rules tonight. 2-1, Mekhi Lewis, second period.
1, 2, 3.
See Starocci basically picking the pockets. Nice job of Lewis following there. Little elevator action. You see that? DC with that leg. Gets him up to his feet. Hand fighting hard.
Now, as long as Lewis doesn't give a reversal here, Starocci will have to score a takedown at some point. Because you got to think Lewis is going to get away to start the third. He's going to force Starocci to have to wrestle him and try to score from his feet.
Tied up.
Look center.
And honestly, the reason that pass-by works so effectively, Coach, is because of that forward heavy pressure.
Right.
He's digging his heels into the mat. He's driving forward, chasing the fatigue, when in reality, he leaves himself open to be passed by and hit with those little slick techniques like that.
Straight on shot there by Starocci, and Lewis can feel that. Coming in, he's gonna square up, try to get to the edge. No stall calls at all at this stage of the match. A lot of effort being put forth by Starocci as he follows.
And you know, when you talk about Mekhi Lewis, you know, he's a national champion, but again, this guy has wrestled at the international level. He has won a world title. So we are looking at a lot of young American athletes that are competing at the next level and having a lot of success. I mean, 2 of them back-to-back, right? Keegan O'Toole and Mekhi Lewis are both world champions.
Yeah, it's really difficult to get a corner on him as well. Difficult to rotate his upper body. He's reacting well to those snaps.
You know, Coach, when I look at him, like, and I'm watching him in his stance from behind, long arms, big back, looks like Joe Williams.
Right,
Remember Joe Williams back in the day?
yeah.
He looks like Joe Williams when you're watching him on the mat there. The great NCAA champion from Iowa, 3-time champ, I think Joe was.
Yep.
This crowd has gotten behind Mekhi Lewis. They know what he's been through. But there's a strong Penn State contingent, as always, on the heels of their 10th championship, with Starocci trying to make it 3 for 3 in the Nittany Lion corner tonight.
And he's very capable of staying with Lewis in this position. He's good mat returns. He's going to go ahead and he's making the decision right there that I think was kind of made for him with a good escape there by Lewis, that he's going to try to win this on the feet.
Beautiful fake there by Starocci. You know, loving the way that he's approaching this. Lewis has got to stop his fight. Beautiful re-attack there by Carter. Got him up in the air.
He's got the arm across.
Oh, look at the hips of Lewis.
He's going to try to get him off the mat here, but he's not able to do it.
It's 2 on the edge for Starocci. He leapfrogs in front with 80 seconds to go. They'll go back to the middle, 4-3.
Well, you saw the pace of Starocci just go through the roof there. And that's exactly what he needed. It created wrestling. And right here, you saw Mekhi try to go to a chest wrap. Starocci drops his level. Keep my hips down. And now we go falling. Great job by Carter Starocci.
And look at that lock right there at the end there, right? Just kind of right below the buttocks right there.
Yep.
High on the hamstrings there, that really helped out.
That's the way you take people down in mixed martial arts, and it works in wrestling too. You get them against the fence, you go right up under the butt. Starocci now has to keep him down. Mekhi does a great job of what you say, Coach. How do you say it? Attacking the fingers.
Right. Attack the fingers, get your feet moving, make the turn.
I thought that was a break there. I thought that Mekhi broke the position and then got the redrop. The referee didn't see it the same way.
Go ahead.
Lewis trying to break free to even the score.
Cross wrist. I love this position here for Starocci. Scoop that leg up, that near leg up. Now sag with it. Follow. Count being given. Lewis gets up and turns it right at the edge of the mat.
He's out 4-4.
We got action, DC.
It's been all night, Coach. It's been a fun one all night. Who's it going to be? Oh, it looks like Mekhi's getting tired. Mekhi took a little bit of a moment there. Expect Starocci to pick it up even higher. Watch the pace here. Watch Starocci in the footwork.
This is if you're Starocci, you don't want to allow the pace to slow right now. You want to get a flurry established right now.
It looks like he's starting to slow down, though, Coach.
It is.
Starocci slowing down. He's got to get back right to the action. The hard fakes that allowed for him to get that last takedown. Because Mekhi's so explosive. He'll try to time something.
Straight on shot there. Starocci has it elbow deep around that back of that knee, but now as he drops down to below the knee,
he's going to try to bring his head up underneath.
He's got 5 seconds to go. If he can't finish, we're headed to sudden victory. Mekhi Lewis, Carter Starocci,
first one.
Former national champions, and they've got 2 minutes on the clock in sudden victory. First score wins.
It's fitting because it's champ versus champ. And in champ versus champ, we go to overtime. Our first overtime of the night.
2 minutes, sudden victory. Any score here wins it. If there's no scoring, they go to alternating positions where a lead in riding time can win it.
you do not want to stay on the tracks. With Mekhi Lewis, particularly early in this period, I believe you want to go back to getting a tight tie around that collar. Really try to move his head a little bit if you're Starocci. And if Mekhi, again, time it and go for it. Put everything you have into this shot. Try to win it right here.
Starocci doesn't look fatigued at all, man. He seems to be fresh. He's still pressing forward, controlling the center of the mat, giving those hard fakes. Lewis is more than okay with wrestling on the center, out on the edges. Because out on the edges have saved him a couple times. He's using the edge of the mat like another defender. It's like football. They use the sideline as a defender. Mekhi Lewis is using the outside of the mat as an opportunity to help make sure he's defending these positions.
But that's a huge earned call there by Starocci on that stall warning by Lewis, because if they end up in a ride-out situation, that could be huge.
Very important, yep.
On the drop-down call.
But Starocci's just forward into him the entire time.
Straight on. Go behind situation. Great job by Starocci bringing that right arm out.
Starocci's toes come off the mat. That forces them back to the middle. 42 seconds left. It's been a lot of fakes from Starocci. Tony Roby urging on Mekhi Lewis. Keith, his dad, on his feet.
Tony Roby told him, "You're good, Mekhi. You're fine. Just go wrestle. It takes one takedown." This coach, this staff have seen this guy reach the mountaintop. They understand what Mekhi Lewis is capable of. Now it's time for him to go and show it. You got 28 seconds to try and win your second national championship. But Carter Starocci got the feeling last year. He wants to feel it again 12 months later.
Collar tie there.
Oh,
great
nice
shot.
outside step.
He's going for it. Will he have enough time to finish the shot?
Oh! That was a beautiful outside step high
It really
crotch.
was.
Nice little Russian high crotch there with the swing step.
Yeah, but now the action totally changes in the tiebreaker.
What's the strategy here?
You go bottom.
Got to go bottom.
But why did Starocci pick first when Starocci didn't score first, Coach? I thought Lewis scored the first takedown.
That's correct.
So how was the choice Starocci's?
Covered in fingers here coming up.
And remember, Lewis has the stall.
Yep, and that's what that stall warning there on the feet makes a big difference of how hard a guy's going to try to ride you, and for how long.
And now only 6 seconds of advantage time.
Starocci,
Now what?
5, Lewis 4 to the second alternating period.
Mekhi's going to take down. The start is just so important right here. How you get on your opponent, read where he is.
Oh, he's up to his feet right away. Oh, he walked him out of bounds there.
Yeah.
Off the mat.
Got 6 seconds worth of riding time back.
And if Lewis can escape here, that could be the difference.
Riding time right now at 2 seconds.
That might have been a lock there, Coach.
Yeah, I think he got to his feet, though. Mekhi got to his feet so quick he made the lock. So good work there by Starocci on the mat return. And right now, DC, I think you take the stall warning. You stay in the top position if you're Starocci.
You have to. You win the match, 15 seconds left. You drop down to an ankle. You drop down to an ankle. You take the stall, and you do not let him go at all costs.
Hey, you got time. You got time. Go ahead, Green.
Again, you're not looking for a... Mekhi has to look for a reversal in this situation. Stands it up to his feet, follows, keeps his knees bent, anticipates the roll through.
He's out. He's got a score. Riding time favors Starocci.
He's got a score here. 15 seconds for Starocci.
Lewis goes for the shot, and that's not enough. Penn State's dynasty continues at 174 pounds. Carter Starocci, college wrestling's best in the weight.
With these first 3 wins tonight by Penn State, I don't know the last time Penn State's lost a final match. They've won so many. How many did they win last year, Coach?
4.
They won 4, now 3. They've won 7 straight finals, Coach. That is absurd.
To go along with that semifinals record here that they've had.
My goodness. Man. What a heartbreaker for Mekhi Lewis. But what a moment for Carter Starocci.
Two NCAA championships. Neither of them won in regulation. It all counts the same for Starocci.
Lewis's dad giving him the congratulations. But I mean, I got to be honest with you. Coach, I've been noticing something here. That front row of seats is designated for families. So you see Joey on one half of the seats, and then you see the other family getting ushered off to the back. But it is a brutal, brutal sport we live in, Coach.
It really is. But you know what? All weekend, what sportsmanship that we've seen here by all these guys, just giving it everything they have. The gas tanks are empty, and these guys are walking off just hugging each other.
Nick Lee, Coach. Nick Lee's father is a lawyer, right? The kid from North Carolina, Clark, is in law school. After the match, Lee's father offers him a job. I mean, that is the sport that we live in. That's the world that we live in.
Q.
That was a big-time battle with a very worthy adversary. What are you dealing with that entire match?
Just trying to get to my offense, score a lot of points, follow the game plan. I know I'm a better wrestler. He backed up a lot, but he's a good wrestler. He's strong, but that's good. I'm gonna get better next year. I'm hunting everybody again, so just kind of have that mindset. That's what it is. So I'm here.
You're getting better every year too. I'll tell you that much. We can all see it. You're getting better every year. It's scary.
Every second.
What was this scene like? Describe who are these folks you just hugged and quite a group you have of supporters.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, they're here like I am. That's a big reason why I'm out here doing what I'm doing, from their support. My dad, my mom, my brother, my Uncle Sean. Got my teammates right here, but more than likely, it's all glory to God, and God gives me everything, and that's why I'm here. I came through a lot this past month, and I'm here. So
congratulations. That was a grown man battle. That was unbelievable. Nice job.